Before we go to MJ's infamous 63-point game, look at this defense. Holy fucking shit. Unbelievable paint defense again. See here, MJ's like, oh, I'm just going to fucking go in for an easy fucking layup because there's no fucking defense. Here's MJ being guarded by a former garbage man, Larry Bird. And he just goes, boop. Wow, that was really fucking, that was a vice grip defense right there by Larry Bird. MJ literally just sees like a plumber on him and he just zoops right by him. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Look at this shit. Look, look, unbelievable. MJ's playing against fucking bums. Look at, like, look at that. Just, Jesus Christ, man. This is unbelievable. I tell you what, this super physical defense the Celtics were playing against MJ, wow. Unbelievable. You can see, look at these ferocious athletes MJ was playing against. That's incredible. Here's MJ being guarded by an off-duty mall cop. And, of course, he gets right into the paint, just gets an easy layup. Here's MJ being guarded by Bill Walton, who has, like, reconstructed knees, and he just drives right in on 4 white guys for an easy layup. I'm telling you, whenever you hear some fucking moron say that the 80s defenses and the 90s defenses were way better than today's defenses, they're fucking lying, okay? They're a bunch of fucking liars, okay? LeBron against these fucking scrubs right here would average 140 points a game. I am not exaggerating. 140 points a game on 90% field goal percentage. Again, look, what the fuck type of defense is this shit? Look at that. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Look at, I'm going back. What the fuck is that? Is this supposed to be like some unbelievable defense, like juggernaut defense that LeBron wouldn't be able to score against? What the fuck, man? What the fuck? Like, let's be honest with ourselves. Again, okay, LeBron would drop 300 points a game on these fucking bums. Again, Dennis Johnson right here is considered one of the best defenders of his era. And look, that's fucking shitty ass defense. I don't even have to say anything. Just look at this pathetic ass defense.
God fucking damn it. It looks like we are doing this. You know, I've learned a lot about the NBA community since starting this channel, and one of the biggest things that I've learned is just how fucking stupid it is. I was taking time to work on my new what if, but it looks like we're doing this now. God damn it. The clip I opened this video with was something that I saw on Twitter like 10 days ago. Now, I'm fully aware that the dude is trolling, and if that was all that it was, I would have left it alone. But there were many people in the comments agreeing with this man. Here are some of the replies to this trash. People actually believe this, so I'm gonna break down the absurdity of this entire argument. Alright, I'm gonna start with this cancerous video. Let's look over what he said.
See here, MJ's like, oh, I'm just gonna fucking go in for an easy fucking layup because there's no fucking defense.
That was an easy layup. It wasn't particularly hard, but it definitely took skill to create the space to get it off. Next.
Here's MJ being guarded by a former garbage man, Larry Bird. And he just goes, boop. Wow, that was really fucking, that was a vice grip defense right there by Larry Bird.
Alright, first of all, he created that shot off of the dribble. His defender, a top 10 player of all time, not a garbage man, got froze off of MJ's dribble move. And second of all, a former garbage man and accountant, off-duty plumber, off-duty mall cop. You're a great fucking comedian, man. Dave Chappelle, Richard Pryor, Bill Burr, George Carlin, Ricky Gervais, Chris Rock. Step aside. Barry McCockneer is here to take your place. This man took a thin white guy and assigned him a stereotypical job. Hilarious. Alright, roll the tape.
Here's MJ being guarded by an off-duty mall cop. And of course he gets right into the paint, just gets an easy layup.
Easy? Easy. The man twisted and turned in the lane and hit a very tough shot at an awkward angle. Go play some pickup with your friends and try to make that shot. You might make it eventually, but it sure as hell ain't easy. Next.
Okay, LeBron against these fucking scrubs right here would average 140 points a game. I am not exaggerating. 140 points a game on 90% field goal percentage.
Yes, you are exaggerating. LeBron wouldn't average 140 points per game on 90% shooting against a high school junior varsity team. No player would average that. And yes, the defense back then was more physical. This game might not be crazy physical, but we'll talk about this later.
Again, look, what the fuck type of defense is this shit? Look at that. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Look it. I'm going back. What the fuck is that?
This is what people in the basketball world who actually understand the concept call a mismatch. He blew by a much slower big man because he is a fast guard. That's what the fuck that was.
What the fuck is that? Is this supposed to be like some unbelievable defense, like juggernaut defense that LeBron wouldn't be able to score against?
No, it's not. Some people might say that LeBron couldn't play in this era, but that's just as dumb as those who say that MJ couldn't play in today's era. Superstar players could adjust to any era.
I don't even have to say anything. Just look at this pathetic ass defense.
You're right, you didn't have to say anything, but you made this video. So, this was not an easy bucket. MJ had defenders around him and he found space to put up the floater. So that's the end of the video there. The video's length was 2 minutes and 18 seconds. The video where he got those MJ clips was from Vintage Dawkins' channel. And that video is 8 minutes long. Isn't that convenient that he cut out 6 minutes of footage? Let's look at some of the clips that he didn't include. Jordan jump shot over Dennis Johnson, a really good defender. Jordan leaning in jumper. Deep step back jumper over a 7-footer. Tough jumper in the lane. Very tough jumper from the free throw line. Another tough jump shot in the lane. Tough jumper over Ainge. Now, the thing that annoys me the most about this, and the thing that I see so much in the NBA community, is cherry picking for an argument. And I don't mean the LaMelo Ball type of cherry picking. All the time I see things like this. Pick one image and say Jordan only played against unathletic white guys with just that one photo, and ignore all the other photos of him against defenders like Dennis Rodman, Joe Dumars, Gary Payton, Alvin Robinson, and Michael Cooper. Or him dunking on Patrick Ewing and Dikembe Mutombo. This argument rides on cherry picking. And just to prove how cherry picked this argument is, I decided to cherry pick for LeBron. It really, really wasn't that hard. And now, since this guy wanted to cherry pick Jordan clips to disrespect his greatness, I will do the same for LeBron. Jordan was going up against the best defense in the league in his matchup versus the Celtics, so let's see LeBron's highlights versus the best defensive team in the NBA in 2013, the Indiana Pacers. This team had a distinct lack of white players, so we can't make any shitty plumber jokes, but we can say, oh look, an easy shot, so that means the guy actually sucked and he just played against bad defense. LeBron just gets an easy floater after blowing by the great physical defense. I'm telling you, anyone who says that 2010's defense was good are fucking lying to you, okay? LeBron gets an open 3 out of the corner, no defense of course by the Pacers. LeBron loses George for an easy fucking jumper, he might as well be playing by himself. Like, I don't even have to say anything here, just look at that defense. No defense in the paint, and LeBron, who got to dominate the weakest era in basketball history, gets the easy lay-in. Another easy layup. LeBron with the easy lob for just a wide open paint that people say you couldn't get into the 2010s, but yet it's still wide open. Yeah, great defensive era. Now, the clip of LeBron against all those white guys with the orchestra music in the background that took me way too long to find was ridiculous, but that's my point. And the analysis of LeBron versus the Pacers that I just showed you was completely ridiculous. I cut out all of the tough layups and tough jump shots that he made in the face of Paul George, but that's my whole point here. I probably wouldn't have made this video if I didn't see people in YouTube comments and Twitter talking about it. If it was just some obscure video from an obvious troll, I wouldn't have bothered with this. Another reason that I hate this so much is that it implies that in order for you to be a good player, you have to hit ridiculously tough shots. Like, if you get an easy shot, it means that your competition is trash. Here's a crazy idea. What if the reason that Jordan got those easy shots was because he was an elite offensive player that can get separation on his defender to get the shot up? Crazy idea, I know. And also, if you feel this way, that making tough shots defines how good a player is, and how good his competition is, then you should be making this video about Kobe being better than Jordan. All three of Kobe, LeBron, and MJ all make really tough shots on a consistent basis. But Kobe, make no mistake, was the master of making insanely tough shots. Most of LeBron's buckets come at the rim, where he uses his size and skill to finish over his defenders, which is fine. Just because he isn't hitting fadeaways with 4 defenders on him from 25 feet away doesn't take away from his greatness. And it doesn't take away from the defense that he plays against. Another thing that I hate about this is that it implies that if you're a skinny white dude, you can't be a good defender. Which, first of all, I understand that white people don't exactly get first dibs on being offended by racism, but you could at least be a little subtle about it. And second of all, there is a saying that I've heard from a few coaches and seen online. Defense is 70% effort and 30% physical attributes. And sometimes the percentages fluctuate on that statement. Some say it's 80% effort. Like, for example, Kawhi Leonard puts up 110% effort on defense. That makes up for 70% of the defender that he is. The last 30% of the mix that makes him a great defender is his height, athleticism, length, and insane hand size. So if a defender doesn't have said physical attributes, they can make up for it with effort. And I'd say that you can add an extra 15% for the era that MJ played in, because players would knock the fuck out of you on a consistent basis. Something that gets you thrown out of the game in today's NBA, but would only get you free throws in the 80s and 90s, if that. The bad boy Pistons were one of the teams really known for doing this, and the Knicks later on in the 90s. Like I said earlier, just because that Celtics team wasn't crazy physical like those teams were doesn't mean it didn't exist in the era. And my final point, another thing that made me make this video, is that Twitter had one of those moments things where they, on top of the trending section, had a compilation of photos posted by the same troll. One of the photos on this was the photo versus Giannis, where the caption reads, "LeBron guarded by physical freaks." And I'm not even going to read the shitty white guy joke under the MJ one. This is taken out of context. In the 90s, the NBA didn't have the weight programs that the NBA has today. Look at these photos of players in the 90s compared to players in LeBron's era. Just about everyone in the 80s and 90s was skinny, including Jordan. LeBron in his era is buff, just like every other player in the league. If Jordan played today, I assure you that he would get bigger and match his competition physically, just like LeBron has. Also, one small thing, because I also keep saying this on Twitter, saying Jordan never faced insanely good teams or dynasties in the finals, well, that's because MJ was the dynasty. That's the end of this video. Please be sure to like and subscribe for more NBA content like this, and cue the outro.